Hello everyone, this is Devi, and I'm continuing the series of videos about Age of Charlemagne, just to support Bobby's initiative. And this video is going to be about Lombards. Lombards is a really difficult faction to play with, almost the same as Cordoba. Because in order for Lombards to win, you need to play these Lombard Lancers really well. They're cheap Lancers and they're really good against infantry. But the thing is, it's so easy to counter them, so almost everyone knows how to counter them. And as soon as they are dead, Lombards don't have many other tools to win. Well, they have cheap access, but those access are not the best, just medium access. They have Gastalt Swordmen, which have a really good charge bonus, so they're really maneuverable. But again, they are going to die on shield wall. So if our opponent plays defensively and smart enough to counter lancers and not to, so that he protects his shield wall, your opponent is going to probably win with almost any faction. So it's really difficult to play with Lombards, but it is possible to win against, again, in AOC, every faction can win every faction. But Lombards needs to play almost the same as Cordoba in terms of basically orchestrating all troops together. Each troop needs to, each unit needs to support another unit, and that's how you win with them. So in this battle, we are playing on AOC Nimitosina because I suck with terrains. So I found almost identical map in AOC to Nimitosina. There is only one terrain element, which is this ambush in forests. Well, not forest, just a couple of trees. Everything else like terrainless. So anyways, Franks against Lombards. I picked Franks just because they are very balanced and they will give you pretty good idea how to counter Lombards. And Bobby is playing for Lombards and he will try to use Lombards at their best. So let's go over the armies. So let's start with Lombards because this video is about Lombards. So Bobby brought full rush, infantry rush, which is a good idea for Lombards because Lombards often get kited. So his army is so he has basically flanks and the middle. On his flanks he has levy spearmen, swordmen, a couple of Lombard axes, and a couple of lancers. Symmetrical on the symmetrical right flank, and the middle consists of Gastalt swords, Levy X-Men for Levy X-Men, and Gastalt guardsmen as a general. Another thing about Lombards, most of the units have low morale, so as soon as general dies, your army might rout. So Lombards need to be really careful with the general. So for Franks, to counter Lombards, I brought a lot of spear units so that they protect my army from Lombard lancers. So I suppose as for my spears, armored spears, armored spears, armored spears, armored spears, mounted spears, and mounted spears. Also, I have a couple of archers. I have a couple of cheap swords, which will form shield wall later. I have a couple of Frankish spearmen, really cheap and cost effective. In case enemy brings skirmish cavalry, I was going to screen away skirmish cavalry. And cavalry, Frankish horsemen. So I believe it's 4 Frankish cavalry and 3 Frankish horsemen and a general guardsman. So this is my army, pretty balanced build, except I have a lot of spears. So let's see how it works. So again, I need to neutralize Lombard lancers, and I have a lot of cavalry to do so. But in infantry department, Lombards now have advantage in infantry because they have a Gastalt swordsman, which easily beat my light swords. And he has a bunch of axes, so they're cheap. By the way, the interesting thing about this is that these armored spearmen, they have a high charge bonus, 29, so they will win Lombard Axemen. But they cost way more. They cost like 6 something, while Lombard Axemen cost 400 something. So I'm shifting because I have my deployment is more narrow. I'm shifting my army to his right flank so that his part of his army is behind, and I'm going to engage this part first. I will try to win his flank. So I'm going to be overloading this flank while trying to retreat with another flank. So Bobby should have pulled back actually, but he did not. And as you can see, actually I'm firing at his swords now. I'm going to charge his leva spearmen, they are dead. And now I'm going to mischarge. But Lancers didn't get a nice charge, they got charge to the flank, so only like several units got affected by his charge. So I'm lucky, but even though I mismicroed. Here I charged his swords with my guardsman general, and they got caught moving without shield wall, so they are dead. I'm shooting at his gospel swords with my archers, and I keep pulling back while I'm trying to win with this flank. And here he charged with his lancers, but again he charged through his axis, so it wasn't great charge. So that's how not to use lancers. So this was example. So these lancers are gonna be dead probably. And I keep pulling back here, and I'm trying to win here and here. I want to rear charge this whole blob. But as you can see, this Lancer without support lost against Frankish cavalry and mountain spears, because I had support. He actually is trying to rear charge me, but he went too far away with his Lombard Lancers. Here he wins my Frankish cavalry. And he's risking with his general because I have way more cavalry here. I'm a little bit slow with my micro. I should have already charged here, and I should have tried to catch his Gastal Guardsman. So I keep pulling back with this flank. And now I'm already won this engagement, so I'm ready to rear charge here. But here he caught my swords, and he's going to charge my swordsman here. Yeah, he's doing so, and I believe I didn't have shield wall. Yeah, this is a miss micro by me. So I have a lot of miss micro, even though tactically I'm winning, but I did a couple of mistakes. Here, his general probably is going to win my Frankish horseman. I should have sent spears here, not here. That's a mistake. And his Lombard Lancers, I don't know what he's trying to do with them. Isolated without support, they're going to lose to Frankish cavalry, for example. So I won this flank. And now, only now, Bobby engaged here, and his troops are way behind, so tactically he's at disadvantage. His axis already destroyed my swords because of Miss Micro, and here probably my sword was, yeah, my sword was outside of shield wall, so I lost both swords, which was a huge mistake. And I need to send all this army to help this part of the army. Yet because I didn't form shield wall, I couldn't stop his rush. That was a huge mistake, so now he will be pushing my archers. Here I think I've formed shield wall. Yeah. He escaped with his general, even though I had tactical advantage. I lost it because I failed to form shield wall, and he managed to save his general. But now I'm going to be rear charging. But he sees this. But this is not going to work well. Even though he saw this, his Leva Axeman is dead because it got caught moving. Unlike Rom 2, you need really to brace against cav charges. And here I'm going to do nice rear charge. And here his general, and here I did miss micro because of my Frankish horseman got caught by Levy X-Men, so he didn't get a charge. Otherwise his general would be dead because my cavalry is anti-cavalry, while his cavalry is wielding swords. It's really his general is really anti-infantry unit. So I have slight advantage, but he keeps rushing. I don't know why he moved back his Lombard Axeman. Ah, because he saw. I don't know why he's moving back with his Lombard Axeman. And here we have a really nice big blob where his general is supposed to die. As you can see, Age of Sea is really punishing. As soon as you miss charge, your unit is dead. Or as soon as you miss shield wall, your unit is dead. Here his Lombard Lancer probably is gonna die to Frankish cavalry, especially with the Frankish spearman support. And I'm trying to, here I will try to rear charge him. But these troops I need to send them here to support. A little bit slow on micro. I'm lining up for rear charge. Here I do the charge, but not the best one because he escapes with his lancers. And his general is about to die, but actually it's about to rout, but his general didn't die, which is really bad for me and really good for him. And, general just routes. If his general died, probably it would be a game over now. I'm desperately trying to kill the Lombard lancers with the rest of my cavalry so that I can kite. And as you can see, his general is still alive, like 13 men. I'm trying to finish it off with my archers. Half unit dead, but his general is still alive. He is extremely lucky here. Finally, I finished off these lancers, so now I will be able to do late game kite with my two archers. Here, I don't know what I'm trying to do. I need to block these Gastalt swords. I'm trying to charge them. Or what I'm trying? No, I'm trying to form a spear wall formation. And here I have some leftover from my Frankish cavalry. And Bobby nicely saved his general, a nice move, so that I cannot focus this general with my archers. But I should have sent my general to catch his general, because my general, even though it's at like 19 men, would still win Lombard general. So my mistake that I didn't send it now. These mounted spears probably will die to, yeah, they will die to Gastalt swords because Gastalt swords are in shield wall. And I keep kiting this Gastalt swordsman with my archers. So it's gonna be long late game kite now. I'll use second speed. I want to do rear charge against these Gastalt swords while my mounted spears still tying them up. Lining up and charge. This unit is dead. As you can see, all rear chargers are so effective in AOC. That's why this game is way more positional than any other Total War game. He wants to finish off this armored spear, which is a good idea, with a rear charge. These levy spears do not let me shoot. This is, yeah, this is light sword. I should have charged it while it's moving with my cavalry, because it's not in shield wall. Oh, now it is in shield wall. Finally, he finished my armored spearman. I keep trying to make a charge, but I'm afraid of losing my cavalry. His levy spear annoys me, don't let me shoot properly. This mounted spearman is heavy spearman, that's why he's afraid of engaging it, because this mounted spearman will easily win the levy spear. One of my archers is out of ammunition, so I'll try to use it to catch levy spearman and finish it off with a mounted spearman. Now I'm trying to catch his general, but he's nicely escaping. Did he charge? But he formed, no, he didn't form shield wall. He keeps trying to push my archers to the red line. Guess we can use third speed. I do charge, but it's really at an angle, not the best charge, but I think it's gonna be enough to rout this Lombard Axeman. and he's going to rear charge my mounted spears. I see this and don't allow him to rear charge because and my archers are pinning this levy spearman, and I'm going to rear charge with my general and finish off this unit. And this unit is too dead because it's overextended, he cannot support it, and now I'm going to rear charge with the cavalry. And this levy spearman is dead too, and I have a little bit of ammunition to shoot at Gastald swords. Now I'm going to attack this levy axeman. Levy axeman is dead too. You see how deadly Frankish cavalry is because it's heavy and cheap and heavy. This unit already got 169 kills and it's only infantry. And that's over. This is over for Lombards. So this game showed you example how not to use Lancers, even though his army was actually a really good idea against Franks, because Franks are most likely going to do a kite against Lombards. So he went full rush, full infantry rush, but he didn't use his Lancers at their best. So two Lancers completely crapped bad, 20 and 25 kills. Two did kind of okayish because they fought against my Frankish cavalry. His general did kind of well, one chevron. So all axes was kind of effective except except two. Gastald swordsman was really effective, 100 plus kills each, 150 plus. So this swordsman was completely ineffective, and one Lewis spearman was I don't know why. Yeah, I guess it was charged by my heavy spear, and one was really effective. So as for my units, general was really good, like extremely good, 200 plus kills. My Frankish spears crowd bad well because they got charged by excess. My heavy spears, 3 didn't do well, and 3 did exceptionally well. My swordsmen crowd bad because they got caught outside of shield wall, and it's really punishing in AOC. Archers did extremely well, used up all ammunition, so 100 plus kills on each. Two cavalry units crapped bad. I don't know where I lost them. So yeah, they didn't kill anything. Not sure how I managed to do so. And my other Frankish horsemen did well. This Frankish cavalry did extremely well. Other Frankish cavalry did okay because they fought against Lombard lancers. So that was first battle, and now we see the opposite battle where I play for Lombards and Bobby is playing for Franks. So I use the same idea, infantry rush supported by skirmishers, couple of skirmishers, but it doesn't really change much. And Bobby uses almost my army, so just a little bit different. So balanced army of Franks against infantry rush by Lombards. So Lombards, I have again flanks and the center. The center consists of 3 Gostalt swords, cavalry, 4 Lombard lancers, and Gastald guardsmen as a general. Left flank, a couple of levy spearmen plus a couple of levy axemen. And I have interesting unit, guardsmen. This is elite spear. It's extremely difficult to make them work. I mean, to make them cost effective, they work, but they are not usually cost effective. Hard to make them cost effective, but possible. They have really high charge bonus, 30, and they are so sturdy, 60 armor, 59 morale, so they will fight forever. But they kill really slow because of spear. Against infantry, they are not as effective though. So only charge bonus plays for them against infantry. So I place them here. And I support them with levy skirmishers. I'm not actually supporting them as levy skirmishers. I will be shooting. I will try to shoot at the angle. I'm not going to be shooting like this because I'm sure this unit will win against anything outside of armored swordman and shield wall. So I brought this unit to defeat because I knew that Franks are going to bring their heavy spears, and this heavy spear is more effective. So I was going to punch hole in his line. So that's why I brought them, and they're not afraid of any cuff charges, so I don't need to support them at all. And here we have symmetrical, so again our guardsmen, a couple of levy spears, and a couple of levy axes. And as for Franks, again it's balanced army, really similar to mine, except he has one lance chip sword, and he has the one extra archer. So again, oh, this actually, no, it's not, it's a little bit different than mine, so these are not chip swords, these are armored swords. And yes, they will defeat, in shield wall, they will defeat any infantry in my army. Even this guardsman, if it charges, if this unit is in shield wall, this unit will win. So 3 archers, then we have, well, I'll talk about cavalry later. On flank he has armored spears, levy spears. The same here, armored, levy. And he has a lot of cavalry, I guess it's, yeah, 8 cavalry units, so it's 4 Frankish horsemen and 4 Frankish cavalry. Yeah, and general paladin guardsmen. I think it's a little bit more expensive, general, but it doesn't really matter much. So again, it's by a balanced build. He will try to do late game kite with 3 archers and his armored swords. He needs to protect them from frontal charge though with his cavalry. Let's see what he's gonna do. I'm slowly approaching him because there is no horse archers. I don't need to really rush quick. I don't want to tire my troops. Some already tired though, active. He already formed shield wall. I didn't move my cavalry to the flank because I wanted to see if there are any targets here in the middle. I'm swapping my units. I want to have a guardsman here, and I want to kill this unit and use this unit to sneak in. He actually helps me to do so. The same I did here. I moved a guardsman here, and this unit is going to go to the gap. He's already shooting at my Gestalt swords. And now he doesn't notice that I'm going to do charge with my lancers against his shield wall formation. Bobby said he didn't know that lancers will destroy shield wall. Yes, they do. This is their primary use, to quickly destroy shield wall. So they are very effective. So these swords are dead. You see how devastating this charge was. So that was the main mistake of Bobby in this battle. He gave me only 2 targets for lancers and I used them. And he lost his 2 main infantry units. And he had to support with his Frankish cavalry. He charges my levy freeman with his Frankish horsemen. Not really a good idea. And I'm shooting with my skirmishers. Here he mismicroed. Here my axes charged his armored spears and he didn't get a charge, so I'm going to win. My guardsmen are going to easily win against armored spears. Here he charges my levy spears. And here his Frankish horseman is dead. The same situation on his no, here he managed to pull back, so he didn't let my guardsmen to charge his troops. So he doesn't have any, he doesn't have basically the center. It was destroyed. So now this allows me to start rear charging. So he will lose. So he lost center. Now he's about to lose this flank. Because he supported his troops here, so he won this fight. But there is no way he is going to do any damage to my guardsmen with whatever troops he has here. He needs swords here to damage my guardsmen, and he doesn't have swords, so I'm pretty confident that all these spears are not going to kill my guardsmen. Here I finally charge with my guardsmen against his armored spears, and his spears are going to lose eventually. So I keep pushing with this part of my army while I'm trying to finish off this flank, and there is no middle as you see. Actually, I don't even need to bother about this flank. I can send all troops here because this guardsman is going to tie down all these troops if I want to. So I probably made tactical mistake. I should have sent all troops here to finish off another flank. I intercept here. Bobby does miss micro with his Frankish cavalry, so I intercepted. So now lancers are going to finish it off. And here I'm going to recharge these armored spears. So I cannot recharge them while they are. I cannot charge them while they are braced. I need to wait until they are moving. My guardsman is winning against levy spears. But you see, it kills really slow if it's outside of the charge. Here he charges my Gustalt swords with his general, but he's not going to kill them because they were braced. So it wasn't a good idea. Bobby thought he was playing Rome 2 or Vanilla Attila, probably. Here I caught armored spears moving, and my Gustalt swords will win. And what do we have here? I need to finish off this levy spear to untie my guardsman. And here I keep pushing. So I have so many infantry, so Bobby doesn't have enough units to stop it. His paladin guardsman is going to charge my levy skirmishers. Probably a good idea, but he lost. I don't know. My levy axemen are in shield wall, so there won't be much damage to them. And I'm sending my cavalry to support. Here I'm going to finish off these archers. I finished off this levy spear, which finally allows me to untie my guardsmen. And Bobby doesn't have much troops left, so his general is going to die here. Again, he couldn't finish off my levy axemen because they were in shield wall, and I sent my lancers, and they recharged his general. And I'm killing archers. And this is what left of his army, basically. That's it for Franks. So Lombards won, and they won because Lancers had targets and they was used well. So you can see all Lancers got their kills, and very important kills, because these two units, these armored swords, see how they failed, 7 and 11 kills only. Even though they were in shield wall, they got charged by Lancers. So these units were the only units that could have killed my guardsman, and he lost them. So let's go over my army. So my general played really well and it's full, but well, those kills are archers basically. It almost didn't fight any other units. So my levy spears, only one did well, other three failed well because they was against armored spears. Also, I'm not literally playing very well with cheap spears. Bobby is playing with cheap spears way better. He get like 50 plus kills almost all the time on his levy spears. So my guardsmen did really well, exceptionally well, almost at full strength still, 100 plus kills. My Gustalt swords, two did well, one didn't do well. My Levy Axemen, two did well. Well, actually, they all did well, kinda well, given that I lost on the one unit of them. One skirmishers did really well, one skirmishers got charged by cavalry and didn't have chance to shoot. And again, my Lancers. So this did really well. So this game was basically won mainly by Lancers. So that's how Lombards is supposed to win. They need to use their Lancers really well. And sometimes these Guardsmen, Elite Spears, might be useful as well. So that was a game. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.